I am back. So I know it's been a year since we've last talked, but I have definitely been keeping in touch with my community. I've been keeping in touch with some of you guys who were faithful to me, and it has definitely been a challenge. But I wanted to let you guys know I have never left you. Even though I had to pause on a lot of things, I wanted to let you guys know that I have definitely been living in the moment, and that's what we are going to talk about on tonight. So let's just get into it, shall we say? So I want to get you guys caught up on my life. The past year, I have been in such an uproar. So let's just get to the beginning. So the beginning of the past year, we had to downsize. So you guys know I have 4 children and 2 dogs. We downsized to a 2-bedroom apartment because we were trying to buy a house and we were trying to cut costs. And I literally refused to pay $2,000 a month for like a 3 or 4 bedroom apartment. I just refused. That to me, it was just totally obscene. And it wasn't even like the greatest apartment. It was just like some shabby little apartment in some shabby little part of town. And I just refused to do it. So I was like, you know what? If we're going to pay that type of money or close to that type of money, I'm going to live in like a nice part of town. So we did. We moved to North Shore, which is like really nice part of Chattanooga, or downtown Chattanooga, Hickson, whatever you want to call it. But that's where we moved to, and it was a nice little small apartment. And we did what we had to do, right? So we downsized for about 6 to 8 months, and whew, child, it was definitely a challenge, but me and my 6, we got through it, and my 2 dogs. But we made it through it. So that was that. New school, new job, new journey. So the kids had to transfer to a different school. They kind of adjusted. We did not really care for the school, but we loved the sports. We loved the teams that they had. The kids definitely dominated the basketball team. My son dominated the ROTC program there. I think he did. He's still doing the the Mayor's Youth Council in Red Bank in Chattanooga. He's still doing a lot of the leadership programs over there. And this is his senior year. So he actually, we bought a house in Georgia, and he actually decided to stay in that part of the city because he wanted to graduate from that school. So he actually enjoyed it. He is now the chief battalion or the battalion commander, battalion leader, one of those things. He's like over the ROTC program, okay? Like he's the leader of the ROTC program there his senior year. So for high school and middle school. So he definitely did his thing, right? Like he really adjusted very well. He was the class president. He became, this year he was voted king at his ROTC ball. He was nominated prom king last year. He did a lot. Like he has a lot of great accomplishments. You guys will definitely hear about more of him in these upcoming podcasts because it's his senior year, as I have already said. And my whole life right now is consumed with everything that he has going on. So anyway, so that's the new school, new job. I have moved to a different part of the hospital, or a different hospital actually, because I think the last time I was at Memorial Sonoma Erlanger in urology, oncology, and I am definitely loving the departments. Not so much the people, but we'll save that for a different podcast. Definitely cannot wait to get into that one. That's going to be next Tuesday, so you do not want to miss that podcast because I cannot wait to spill the juice on that one. I just want to stay on task though for tonight. But yes, so new job. I love the doctor that I work for. I love the team that I am working with. But as far as management, I'm not so fond of, but you know, you can't have great and greater, right? Nothing is perfect. So, but yes, that's what that looks like. And as far as our journey together as a family, like this past year has just been a dream come true, with buying a new home, trying to buy furniture, just trying to, just accomplish things before my kids graduate high school. A lot of things that we have done, we thought we were doing for us, we were doing for them as well. We got married at 18, so we are definitely like parent siblings. We're growing up with our children. And so teaching them as we're learning things in life, it's just been needless to say, or at least to say, like, I don't know how to say it, but like it has definitely been challenging. Like I won't like downplay it or make it small, but like learning how to budget, learning how to save, learning how to not spend when you really want to spend, and spending when you really don't want to spend, like just trying to figure out how to enjoy life and give them the life that they deserve and that you didn't have or wanted to have or just want them to have. Like I was the only child, so I was definitely spoiled rotten, but but like I didn't travel as much as I'm letting my, like not letting, but I didn't travel as a child as much as my children are getting to travel and experience the world. And so that's one of the things that me and my husband are doing in trying to make sure that they're getting to enjoy in their childhood. So like trying to live this experimental life with our children and giving them, this great childhood, and then also trying to, like better our credit score and better ourselves, and trying to live on a budget, which y'all know I do not know how to do. Just being honest. But this whole journey, I'm just trying to say, period, like this whole journey is wild. It's just we are learning individually and as a couple and as a family. So y'all just pray for me. That's all I can say. Finding myself in the moment, going through each part of this journey has definitely been challenging. I'll say finding myself as a new homeowner was extremely challenging. For one, finding the perfect home was the worst thing ever in my life that I never want to go through again. The next part that I want to do is definitely build a house. I don't know if that's going to be better or worse, but just the whole bidding and, looking for the right location and trying to find the right location with the right school zone in it, like that, all of that was just not vibing. Like it was just the worst thing ever. And then finding the perfect home, which I thought was the perfect home, and it ended not being my home, was just heartbreaking. And it was just like, oh my God, like it was just, figuring out who I was in those moments really taught me a lot as far as having patience and figuring out, who God was calling me to be in those moments. And then the testimony that I was going to have coming out of those moments. And, because God gets the glory out of every single thing. And even in our weakness, God is getting the glory, even when things are looking down or we feel like things are looking down. God is getting the glory because that's when he's showing us that that's when we're the strongest. And so, like I was saying, like just finding myself in each part of the journey of, like being a new homeowner, and then trying to not, everyone was telling me, you don't have to furnish your whole entire house at this moment. And then me waking up to an unfurnished home was like me waking up to a project every morning. And y'all, it was driving me freaking insane. I was like, who does this? Like, no, I cannot walk out of my bedroom into an empty living room. And then I cannot walk into my kitchen, into a kitchen that did not like have the right the right curtains, and then not have the right cabinet color, did not have, the right things on the walls. Like, it was just like, oh, y'all, I was just like drowning in defeat every single day, because I was like, I cannot live my life in an unfinished project. And everybody was like, Ebony, you have time. This is your home. You're going to be here for years. You don't have to finish everything right away. And I haven't, y'all. I haven't. I saved my bedroom for last. We started with the kids' rooms first. I had to get a couch though. Like that, no. My living room had to be done. So my living room is, I'll say 85-ish% done. The kids' bedrooms are definitely about 90% done. But of course, my dining room is 10% done. I'm definitely trying to take it slow. I'm definitely, because after you buy a house, your credit score takes a hit. And then after you buy furniture, you're trying to buy things cash because you don't want to keep borrowing things, So it's like, it's just overwhelming. It's like, okay, I got the credit score, so I can go out and get, furniture. I can go out and actually furnish my whole house if I wanted to. And then it's like, no. That's not what we're gonna do. Remember, better habits. And so it's just like, it's just driving me insane. So again, finding yourself in those moments, finding out who you are in these moments is absolutely essential, because these are the moments that make or break you. These are the moments that really define who you are, who you're going to be, who you will be when you want to look at yourself in the mirror. This is the moment that will tell you who you will be when you wake up the next day. Like, do you really want to be that person that continues to fail the test? Do you really want to be that person that continues to be miserable? I did not want to be the person that continued waking up feeling miserable. I did not want to be the person that continued waking up feeling unfinished, or waking up feeling like I was just not enough, because as women, we take things personal. If our house isn't the way we want it to look, we take it personal. And I don't have to have company, in which we really don't have company over, but it's my house. So it really didn't matter what my house looked like or what I felt it looked like. I was putting on or taking on all of this stress. I was taking on all this mental agony and causing all of this anxiety just because of what I was looking at, and I was not taking into consideration the things that I was building mentally and emotionally and physically, and the things that my children were seeing. That was the most important part. My children literally saw us buy a house. They literally saw us give up so much and just put so many things to the side, and they saw us sacrifice so many things. And you don't want to be the person that focuses on a spot when you have so many great things in your life going. Like, you don't focus on that one wrinkle when you have on this gorgeous gown. Ladies, like, that moment defines you. These moments define you. Like, living in the moment causes us to reveal us to us. That's just what it is. So that was the moment of buying the house. So like, now we're going through the graduation process. We went through prom. I have 3 drivers currently, and you guys do not know the drama and the trauma behind having 3 drivers. It is insanely stressful. So that is another moment that I'm having to live through, and having to define myself as a woman and as a mother, and just having to remind myself that, Ebony, you were once at this point in your life where you had to begin, and where you had to begin and allow people to trust you. So I'm at that point where I'm having to trust my children, and having to teach them and train them, and having to trust that I've already instilled in them everything that they need to know, as far as being safe, being practical, and having to trust the fact that they're not going to do things that they should not be doing, or go places that they should not be going. Now, mind you, I am not naive, and I am not illiterate or just blind to the fact that they are teenagers, right? Because they are 15, 16, 17, and 18. Now, granted, my 15-year-old is not driving yet. She did just turn 15. So, but my 16, 17, and 18 are. And, so I am not blind to the fact that they are teenagers, that they are very popular, that they love being around people, love going places. So I'm not totally ignorant to the fact that they may venture out and do things that they're going to want to do, and, want to sneak here and sneak there. But I have to trust the fact that I have still put in them the things that will teach them, the difference between right and wrong, that they will know, what's too far, and that they will trust their instincts, and trust, when they're going down a wrong path, what's too far, what's not too far, and just the lessons that they have to learn, that it's easier to live with things that they can pay the price for rather than I have to pay the price for it. And I tell my kids that all the time. Remember, if I have to pay the price for your mistakes, it's totally different than you having to pay the price. So make sure whatever mistake you have to make, that you can pay the price for that mistake, right? So those are the moments that I'm living through currently. Prom was amazing, guys. My baby boy looked so handsome. He was just so handsome. Graduation, we are getting there. He's going to Morehouse, whoop, 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 right? He is also giving the speech at graduation. So all of these things are just going on. All of these things that I'm going through, I'm trying to remember and remind myself to live in the moment, to take it all in, to not be so fast, or to, let me rephrase that, to not want to get out of the moment so quickly, right? So I have a senior, so I'm trying to remind myself, Ebony, even though this graduation process is so hectic, right? Trying to get him through college, not through, but trying to get him into college. I'm trying to remind myself, Ebony, don't rush it. Don't rush the process. Don't be so quick to be like, oh my God, I'm just ready to get this over, because these are the moments that I can't get back, right? Just like buying my first home. Those were moments that I cannot get back. Just like, transferring, like downsizing to a 2-bedroom apartment. Those moments brought my family closer together. So ladies, what I'm trying to tell you is living in the moment. Remember, when you're going through the moments that you feel like are the hardest, or you're going through the moments that you feel like are challenging you the most, those are the moments that, again, are revealing you to you. Remember to look at you for who you really are, and then reevaluate who you want to be in that moment. If you don't like who you are in the moment, talk to you, question you, challenge you. You don't have to settle for who you are. If you don't like who you are, change you. If you love who you are, great. Enhance you. We can always be better. So that's where I am. So the ending of this process, well, not the ending, well, I'll just say the conclusion of this podcast, rather. The next part of my journey currently, I will be going back to school, and I am furthering my education in the medical field. And so, I have all of these great things going on in my life. And again, girls, what I am really just trying to convey over to you tonight is live in the moment, because these are the moments that we will never have back. Those things that we are trying to rush through and get through and just hurry up and get over with, even those moments that we feel like are just moments that we feel like we can actually or absolutely live without, really think about that and really try to process it. Are those moments that you really think you can live without? Are those moments that you really feel like are not going to make you better, not going to make you stronger, not going to make you just a greater person? I mean, because everything that we go through challenges our character. Everything that we go through pushes us to be better, pushes us to be stronger. So even when we're being challenged, even when we're being pushed in any direction, even when we're being pulled in any direction, y'all, my body is physically ready to give up. Do you hear me? But my mind, my soul, my heart, my spirit is just like, nope, nope, nope. Got so much to do. We got to do this. We got to do that. Got to do this. My mind will not rest. Even though my body is like, I'm done. You're done. Like it's everything in me is like, no, it's on all cylinders. Like my body is on go, and it's just like, it's making me a better person. Everything, because when a moment comes that I know I'm going to want to give up, I'm going to have these memories to look back on. I'm going to have these moments to look back on and be like, you know what? I made it through that, so I can make it through this. Or that moment right there taught me how to get through this next moment. So, ladies, that is all I'm saying. Live in the moment. Have a great, great week. Thank you so much for staying with me and sticking with me through this podcast on tonight. And also, thank you so much for liking and commenting and leaving any questions and concerns and whatever you want to talk about. Just let me know, okay? Like, share, and comment. Thank you, ladies, and we will talk again next Tuesday. Stay